Welcome back everyone. So today we are going to keep our progress in Ryujin Industries quest chain, and our current quest is top secrets. We need to meet to Olaru-chan, but before going to her, I think Imogen has more information for us.
You.
So let's talk.
I just need to make a quick stop by Vina's office to drop this off, and I'll be right up.
Is there anything I need to know about Ularu before I go?
Ularu can be a little overly harsh at times, but don't take it personally. Just remember, she's not only our boss, she's the head of the entire operations department here.
And who is Vina?
Vina Kalra is the head of research and development. She basically led our neuroamp division until Ryujin's previous head of R&D and co-founder, Ray DeCaris, retired. She's potentially one of the greatest scientific minds in the settled systems right now.
You mentioned Maeve. Who is she?
Oh, Maeve is the personal assistant to both Ularu Chen and Masako Imada. I'm not sure where Masako found her, but the fact that she can keep up with both those women is beyond impressive. The important thing to remember with Maeve is to be direct. She despises small talk.
What can you tell me about Masako Imada?
Masako Imada is our current CEO. If you ask me, she's the perfect embodiment of what Ryujin represents. She has the corporate style and class we like to project, along with the cunning and intelligence you'd expect from a leader. It's hard to imagine any aspect of her, mentally or physically, being out of place.
Alright. Let's go to this Ularu-chan. I think she's in the same building. Let's use the elevator. Executive offices, okay. Let's see. I haven't been in this floor yet.
Ryujin CEO.
It says something, does it not? That the executives wish to have everyone else physically beneath them?
Whatever you say.
This could be the most
Can I help you?
important meeting of my career.
Sure. Maeve?
Name an appointment.
David. I'm supposed to see Ularu-chan.
Confirmed. Ularu is wrapping up a meeting with Genevieve. You can wait here or in the lobby area. I'll let you know when she's ready to see you. I see Imogen Salso is supposed to be with you.
I'm right here, Maeve.
Good. It should just be a moment. Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now. I don't do idle chit-chat.
That leaves us with only one option.
God, Ularu, is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
Good, you're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far?
What does operations entail?
Simply put, our goal is to ensure the success of this company and keep things running smoothly. We supply our various departments with whatever resources they need in order to meet expectations to achieve this. It's much easier said than done, believe me.
This job seems right up my alley.
In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
And on top of all that, a flawless record. It's no wonder they love you up here. I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly.
You trust people outside of the company?
I'd use the word trust loosely. We maintain a relationship of sorts. Those who come through get paid, and those who don't, well, they won't live to regret it.
Understood. I'll get it done.
Good, because if not, I can't imagine we have much use for you here at Ryujin. Your contact is Simon Ryujin. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them.
Anything specific I need to know about Simon?
Simon's been working with us for years, so he'll pose no threat to you. He's paranoid, which is why I assume he's never been caught. But his information is typically worth it. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Razor Derby is the only real sport.
What's up with the
Yes.
camera? Okay. What's Razor Derby?
According to Simon Ryujin, it's the only real sport in the galaxy. But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. Movies are more my thing when it comes to entertainment.
Who are the Galactic Raiders?
They're a batball team that sucks. They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Simon despises batball, though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return.
Stupid, but whatever.
Exactly.
Just get what we need. You'll find him above the Lux condos in Sidonia's Plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
You want to talk? Find Jeannie.
Okay, I don't like you.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Well, that wasn't too bad for your introduction. What do you think of Ularu?
She sucks. I'm glad I get to deal with you and not her.
I'm pretty sure all of our field operatives have shared that sentiment at one point. Ularu loves to remind people how expendable they can be. Let me know if you have any questions regarding your assignment. And enjoy your time in Sidonia. It's certainly no Neon.
So, Jeannie, is it?
For you? No. Only Ularu calls me that, and it's not up for negotiation.
Is there anything I should know about Sidonia before I go?
Only that it's vastly different than Neon. There's not glitz and glam where Sidonia is concerned. And don't worry about it being in UC territory. Simon's smart, so any physical information he may hand off to you won't set off any alarms. Just make sure your ship is clean before reaching Mars orbit. Remember, Aurora is illegal there, so if you have any on you, it needs to stay here.
Can you tell me more about Simon Ryujin?
I worked with Simon a lot in my time as a field op. He's a perpetually grumpy man, but I think he just likes to keep his distance. Getting close to people isn't a luxury he can afford in his line of work, much like ours.
Okay. So, travel to Sidonia and Mars. We have traveled to Sidonia, so let me just get there. Let's get back to our ship.
Cause any trouble.
Oh, by the way, guys, so in the previous part I upgraded my weapon engineering skill, but it didn't unlock too many mods that I wanted to use, but I researched them anyway, so I can show you what it unlocked. Weapons, so barrel mods 2, grip and stock modes too, optic and laser modes too, and nothing of much else. So nothing too useful for now. I'll need to upgrade further to get more points for the weapon engineering. I kind of want to upgrade my... Let me see, where is it? In my cargo. Hold weapons. I want to upgrade the legendary weapons into semi-automatic and not automatic because they use way too much ammunition. Semi-automatic with higher damage mods. So anyway, let's continue. Alright, we're back to the Sol system, planet Mars, and it's the Cydonia city.
Cydonia. The UC clings to its old ways. I suspect this Sol system would be abandoned otherwise.
And Ryujin looking all cool with this armor. Alright, let's find this guy. I think it's a guy. Rendezvous with Simon Ryujin. Simon. Yep, it's a male name.
Do you imagine anyone actually enjoys living here? I simply cannot.
I think... Yep, he's here. I think we need to use a charisma persuasion aid. Let's use Hippolyta. I think we need to get information from him.
Need to find a real bar. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going?
You look like you could use a little friendly conversation.
Only good thing worth talking about these days is sports. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year.
Do we really have to do this?
Not a sports fan, huh? Why don't you take a hike?
Alright, alright. Razor Derby is the only real sport.
You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Stockyards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
At least you're being open about the fact that you are gouging us.
Okay, let's try 10,000. You're crazy. Persuade. Surely that's negotiable.
For this little tidbit? Believe me, I know exactly what this is worth.
Maybe a discount for our first time doing business? Nope.
Let's not overlook that this could be the only time we do business.
I know you'd like to help me if you could.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm trying to be reasonable here.
And let's try auto persuasion.
This is what you call negotiating? Alright, I'll lower the price. But that's my final offer. Unless you may prefer the side job now?
8,000. Tell me about the side job.
You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Milai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived.
Why do you want the gun as a proof?
Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. Even named it Ember. She'd never just hand it over. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's superstitious, which makes the gun all the more precious to her.
What can you tell me about Malai Leskova?
She's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any second thoughts, you should think of it as doing the settled systems a favor.
Finding people is my specialty. Consider her disposed of.
And just like that, we are off to kill someone? So be it.
You're doing me a tremendous favor. Just know she won't go down easily, so be prepared. Malai's ship is called the Datura, and like I said, you can find her in orbit around Saturn. Just remember to bring the gun back as proof.
Okay.
Once I have the gun, you'll get what you want.
Let's get to killing, I guess. Find the Datura in Saturn's orbit. Let's get back to our ship and back to space. Okay, so we need to get to the Saturn, I think. Yep, let's travel to the orbit of Saturn.
That's bad enough. State
The
your
Datura.
business or I open fire.
Okay, let's talk.
I like it. So, tell me what you're doing here. I'll decide whether or not to strip you for salvage.
I can attack. Let's talk a bit. Are you looking for a man named Simon Ryujin?
I'm looking for a lot of people, and none of them are any business of yours.
Simon Ryujin sent me to kill you.
Simon's been trying to kill me for years, and failed. Miserably. So, why haven't you opened fire, Talk.
How do you know him?
If you think I'm answering any questions, think again.
I'm here to discuss an alternative to kill you. If I can go around killing, I might as well use this option. I'm here to discuss an alternative to killing you.
To killing me? How about for me killing you? Huh? Don't think I couldn't take you out if I wanted to.
Let's see. What's this grudge about?
What are you, a therapist? It's none of your business.
Don't you want Simon to leave you alone?
I admit, it'd be nice to be able to relax a bit.
Simon will stop if he believes you're dead.
Perhaps, but just how do you propose we manage that? Because I intend on staying very much alive.
Can you lay low for a while?
I have my ways. Is that part of your plan?
Simon wants your gun as a proof of death.
He wants the very thing that protects my life. Of course he does. He knows I would never... All right. You can have Ember. But you'll have to come aboard to get her. You have my word you won't be harmed, for whatever that's worth.
Let's see. If she's gonna trick us, I'll kill her.
Ship is now docked. Perfect.
Okay, board.
Didn't even smudge the paint.
Let's see, who are we dealing with? Yo.
I'm impressed. Simon managed to find someone with guts to come after me. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants Ember as proof of this. He knows I'd never part with her.
What's the deal with you and Simon? There has to be more to it.
We were a thing for a while. Until the coward sold me out. I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on my life. And now, I live to blackmail him and make his life a living hell. So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive and suffering.
What's the story behind Ember?
The first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. She saved my life more times than I care to remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean.
I'll take her off your hand.
Oh, will you? You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship.
Why even bother accepting my hail and letting me board in the first place?
Your ship, of course. I'd hate to risk damaging something I could easily sell. Plus, this way I can simply climb aboard to see if there's anything of value, rather than have to sift through debris. Any access cards I need, I can just take off your dead body.
Persuade. If you want to come out of this deal alive, I'd rethink your position.
I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind.
Just hand over the gun. You'd hate to be running for the rest of your life.
So you're the persistent type. Well, sorry to ruin your plans, but if I kill you, then I don't have to worry about that.
I wouldn't come after someone like you unless I knew I had the upper hand.
You make a good point. If you manage to find me, you certainly know who I am. And I don't know a thing about you.
I didn't come here looking for a fight.
I wish it didn't have to be this way.
Or maybe I
but-
did.
Okay. Fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Ember, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different?
How do I know I can trust you?
I already gave you Ember, and the truth is, you don't. Something you may want to keep in mind next time you make a deal with a total stranger.
You break this deal and you're dead.
Spoken like so many others in my life, and look who's still alive. You can determine what that means for yourself. I guess Simon chose wisely. For once. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange and a vacation to plan. Perhaps
Okay.
a fresh start could be more useful.
So, we managed to persuade her. Let's get back to our ship and let's return this Ember weapon. Okay, we have returned. Let's talk with this Simon guy.
Look who survived the devil herself. Well, either that or you decided to pay up.
Do I look like I'm going to pay you?
Well, with an attitude like that, I take it the job's done.
I've got the gun. Now let's see that information.
So, that lying she-devil finally got what's coming to her. I've been looking over my shoulder for the past 5 years now, just wondering when she'd show up to put a bullet in my chest.
What are you going to do with Ember?
I haven't given it much thought. The truth is, I never thought I'd see it. The only thing I know for sure is that I'm sure as hell not going to use it.
I think you owe me some information now.
Just allow an old man a moment. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? I think it's time I left the past behind.
Sounds like your loss is my gain.
Glad someone's feeling a real benefit here. Now back to business matters. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself.
Any idea what Project Dominion is?
Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big.
I have to get the actual information myself?
Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well paid informant, here to point you in the right direction.
Got it. That's all I need.
Nice doing business with you. Time for me to get off this rock.
Any advice on getting Project Dominion?
You have his schedule now, so you decide. Maybe you steal his access card and download the files while he sleeps. Maybe you feed him a line and he hands over access on a silver platter. Just don't do anything to bring security down on your head.
What can you tell me about Stanley?
The guy thinks he's too good for Sidonia. Bit of a jerk if you ask me. Thinks he's smart, but give him the right nudge and he'll believe almost anything you say.
What sort of information is on this slate?
The data slate is Stanley's general itinerary. He keeps a routine schedule, so it's something to plan around. The audio slate recorded my first attempt to get information out of him, see if he knew anything worth selling. Obviously, it paid off. He calls out Project Dominion, but it was all the snide comments about Ryujin that told me it was valuable. Oh, and if you listen to it, no comments on my southern accent. I'm working on it.
Okay. First of all, let's see what kind of weapon is that Ember. Oh, it's an energy weapon. Okay. I'll keep it for one of my companions, probably Sarah. Long barrel, holographic sight, focal lens, tactical grip, ignition beams. So there's no perk or mod that assumes that this weapon will malfunction while using it, as they were talking about it. So whatever. Okay, let's see. Our next objective is read Stanley's Macmillan's file and listen to the audio file. Probably in notes. Stanley Macmillan. Threat level none. Schedule approximate local time 7:30. Leaves Luke's condos for work at Demos Star Yards. Demos Star Yards. Leaves for lunch. Frequents Jane's goods. Returns to work. Remains at office until day is over. Leaves work for the broker's tier. Returns to Luke's condos. Luke's condominiums. Ship none. Dropped off by Infinity. Okay. And the audio. Stanley McMillan.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. It's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Okay. What now? Retrieve the Project Dominion files. And where are they? 59 meters away. Okay. Let's do a quick save. Let's get stealing or proceeding.
Please exercise caution near balcony edges.
Okay. So
It's
this
amazing how smoothly our mining operations
computer
run
we
with
need to
me in
hack.
charge.
Okay, now I'm hidden. Let's try unlocking it. And we are in. Demo Starryard presentation. Please select the file you wish to open. Project Dominion. Hack novice lock. So there's another lock. Let's see the Deimos representatives. Chief, Executive Officer Mason Stedman, self-concept of the guaranteed deal, reviving the Deimos name. Senior VP Nora Morvitz must be on board. Stedman's most trusted advisor. Cell and Job Security and Control. Chief Operations Officer Jamal Gershin. Cell on Advantage. I don't know if I need this information. London Fjord. Cell on Reducing Risk. Okay, whatever. Let's try unlocking this Dominion project. Okay, let's hack. Again. Easy peasy. We are in. Loading presentation. Error. Failed to run. Cannot open file. Requires additional decryption. Download files. Save the project. Okay. Warning. Files are encrypted. Additional decryption software will be required to run. Download complete. File saved to external device. Okay, so we need to get rid of the encryption. Seems. Okay, meetings today. Talking points for Deimos presentation. Okay. Inbox. Nina Hart, be prepared. Hey Stanley, just checking up to make sure you've properly prepared for this meeting. Lucas expects you to be prepared. To be sure to at least be familiar with the reps that are coming. Don't expect me to cover for you this time. Cillian Campbell, IT maintenance, greetings. Several of our servers will be briefly coming down for maintenance. Some remote users may experience an interruption in connectivity. Okay. Your trip. Hi Stanley. Below is your itinerary for your upcoming trip to Cydonia. Alright. Harmon Spaulding, congrats. Congrats on the deal. And Nina Hart, Quantum Synergies. As you know, our deal with Quantum Synergies has fallen through. This makes our focus on selling Project Dominion even more important. We have our first meeting with Deimos Starryards just around the corner. Stanley Macmillan has been chosen to head this up. This is our #1 priority, so requests coming through from either Stanley or myself in regards to this deal should be considered critical. We expect your full support. Right. And this is all.
I never had the patience for computer systems.
Okay, we succeeded. Now we need to return to Ularo at Ryujin Tower. Let's get back to her. Alright, we are back to the Neon City, the Ryujin Tower and the executive's offices. Let's talk with this CEO. Let's see what she tells us about the encryption on that information we got.
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it.
Or maybe she's not a CEO. Forgot. I was fast and efficient, and you know it.
You've got a little spark in you. I like it. Now, let's see if what Mr. Ryujin found was worth all the fuss. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. This is a sales initiative for Project Dominion. It's not an Infinity Ltd design. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name. meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Alright, just be quick. I don't want to walk all over the office slowly. Ooh, what's this? A legendary conclusive Kodama. Damn. Physical weapon. Do I want to steal it?
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Nah, probably not. Not yet anyway. Not while I'm doing the quest for the Ryujin Industries.
Hey,
Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity Ltd. has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity Ltd. has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation.
What exactly is Project Dominion?
I suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, I can give you some details. Project Dominion is our latest advancement in neuroamp technology. Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion would be the first surgically implanted internal neuroamp on the market. The project itself was nearing completion, which is why exposing the mole is of utmost importance. We can't allow any more research to fall into their hands.
Why me and not someone more senior?
Because you exposed this information, I have little reason to suspect you. That won't mean you'll be exempt from investigation, of course.
Clearly, this is not the first time Ryujin has found itself in this situation.
Cyberrunner. You need info? I can get it.
Exactly what I want to hear. I hope we're already putting those talents to good use. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our Chief Security Officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us.
Okay. Anything else? So you don't want to talk to me?
In our security team.
Dalton.
Ah, the lovely Miss Amada. How can I help?
Cut the crap, Dalton. I'm sending an operative your way, along with some files to your computer.
I'll be ready.
Not for this one, but I trust you'll get it done.
I wanted to talk with you a little bit more.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you that this situation demands discretion.
How did you become a CEO?
I was elected CEO when my predecessor, Itaru Saito, was proving to be incompetent. He was jeopardizing our relationships with both the Freestar Collective and Benjamin Bayou, which would have made doing business extremely difficult for Ryujin.
Why maintain the ties with the Freestyle Collective in Bayou?
Just look at our position. We're based in Neon, a city controlled largely by Benjamin Bayou. And Neon is inside the Freestar Collective, controlled by the Council of Governors. I think the answer is obvious.
What's the Council of Governors?
The Council of Governors is a group of political and corporate elite that oversee the Freestar Collective. They institute the laws and have the Freestar Rangers to enforce them. And, of course, Administrator Bayou is one of them.
What was Itaru Saito doing?
We caught hostile operatives with Ryujin tech a while back, and linked them to the Freestar Collective's Council of Governors. Saito was enraged. He wanted more than the usual compensation from the Freestar Collective. He wanted the truth. When the truth was refused, he went after Bayu, accusing him of knowingly condoning the Council's actions. The compensation should have been enough. To this day, I can only speculate on why the truth was so important.
He sounds like he was creating a lot of risk for Ryujin.
Indeed he was. I felt he left me no choice but to propose his removal, and the others nominated me as his successor.
So you're in the Ryujin Industries?
I've been the CEO of Ryujin Industries for over 10 years now. I've also been lucky enough to continue and grow its success since I took the position.
Is there anything I need to know about Dalton Finest?
Dalton is our chief security officer. He oversees everything. Employees, network, information, even the tower itself. Since I promoted him, we've decreased our security breaches by 96%. Only a handful of competitor operatives have set foot in the building, and our physical security was able to quickly subdue them.
Do you have any thoughts on who the mole might be?
Ryujin has many enemies outside of the corporation. To be an enemy within and avoid detection takes a certain amount of skill that only so many of our employees possess. I do have suspicions, but feel it's too early to say at this time.
What's the significance of an internal neuroamp?
Neuroamps make some people nervous because they can enhance your ability to influence others. But with the external appearance, people can always be aware of those who have them and may be using them. An internal neuroamp would be unnoticeable. Should it be used to influence someone, that person would be none the wiser.
How do neuroamps let you influence others?
Our latest line of neuroamps were created to help with the user's self-image. They can boost confidence and the ability to communicate and think critically. Those types of improvements in competency can easily help influence others.
Okay, I think we have enough information. And this is a great place to pause the video. In the next part, we'll be continuing with background checks quest. But today, it's enough. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next part. Bye, everyone.